Good morning, everybody. I'm not Arlene, I am Sam, you might notice that. I work for an organisation called the Village Storytelling Centre, and over the last year we've been working with the Life Changes Trust to develop this storytelling approach, which you might have heard being talked about. And so I just want to tell you a little bit about the process that has led us to the priorities that you'll find on your table. We are an organisation that uses storytelling to support communities to find their voice. We've been working in collaboration with another storyteller called Claire Hewitt, who has a background in the Living Voices project, which worked in care homes across Scotland, gathering stories from the residents there. Our workshops, which we've been instigating, they normally begin by gathering everyone together, and we always start off with a song and a traditional story. And that just gives a feeling for, this is a different kind of meeting. Claire put it really nicely, I think, when she said people think they're coming to a meeting, and what we try to create is the atmosphere of gathering around a kitchen table just to share. But that story will often have thematic connections to some of the concerns that the group might be carrying, and we'll use that story then to kind of start off leading the conversation. It might be a story about building relationships, or it might be a story about community or a supportive society, and we'll let the kind of ball start rolling with that. So it kind of starts the conversation off from a kind of different and unusual place. Sometimes that conversation is enough. Sometimes people have come to that meeting kind of with a lot that they wish to share, and we just kind of give them the space to speak and to listen. But also we have the option to kind of like move into a next stage, which is to actually use a story creating process to support people to share some of their thoughts and feelings. And that normally revolves around creation of a character. So if we're working with a group of carers, we might create a fictionalized character who shares some of their experiences, who we could imagine being a member of the group that we're sitting in. And that character gives people the space to kind of project onto him or her, some of their own experiences, which gives them the chance to regulate their own level of personal disclosure, but also find the space perhaps to share some things that they might find painful to kind of like to talk about if there was too much personal focus. So for example, in another area, we talked about family conflict. So I don't know if that was happening in the participants' lives, but by being able to talk about this character, we were able to really explore those issues in a really open and kind of supportive manner. The other approach that we might use then is also to kind of introduce an overnight bag that belongs to a person perhaps living with dementia. And in that bag, there'll be all sorts of thematic objects that we've picked up from the previous discussions that we've had. And we'll pass those around the participants and ask them to talk about those and what it might mean to this character who owns this bag. So that might include doctor's letters or a driver's license, which is now out of date, or a set of keys. We might ask who helped pack that bag. And that gives people the space, again, to just sort of talk about some of the things that they have been, that are important to them through the prism of this fictionalized storytelling process. We listen to all these conversations, and then we distill down what we hear into the priorities kind of afterwards, working along with the Trust itself. And then obviously this is handed on to you at the conference. And this is the first time I've been able to attend the conference, so I'm really excited to see this next part of the process and how all we've discussed over the last couple of days is going to go forwards, and just to hear your discussions. I'm going to hand over to Anna now, who is going to just introduce some of those priorities that we've identified. So thank you very much.